Hi guys, I'm here with Troy, who is a certified financial planner, and he's going to be talking to us a little bit about his career journey and his education. So first of all, tell us about the education it required to become a certified financial planner.
Yeah, so I started my journey here at PBA studying finance. I had no intention to go to this point and become a CFP, but a long journey of trying things and figuring out what I feel like I'm called to do led me here. So the CFP is like it takes 3 years of experience plus a test and some education that takes about a year to a year and a half, and I'm so thankful I have that behind me.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what a day looks like as a CFP, like what you do.
Yeah, so I work with a team of financial planners, and we serve about 100 families, and we just walk life with them, and we specialize in the time in retirement. So
Okay.
60 plus crowd, and everything from how to build community in retirement to managing the financial side, which is takes a lot of work and effort. So we kind of take that load off their shoulders and just walk life with them.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for preparing for retirement in your young 20s or as a college student? What practical steps could you take now?
Yeah, I think about my journey. I have a young family, and finances are something we have to be intentional with.
Yeah.
To make sure we're being good stewards of everything. And I think if you're young and you're just getting started, just pay attention to the benefits at your job. Usually there's a 401k, which is a retirement savings plan, and your company will provide a match. And that's just the easiest, most simple way to get started. Give yourself grace. There's seasons of growing in your career, and I would consider myself still in that season where you might feel a lot of pressure financially, but you do the best with what you have and try to steward what God's given you. That's what I try to do.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part about being a CFP?
My favorite part is the relationships. I think about your finances say a lot about you. When you get to go that deep with somebody, you really get to know them.
Yeah.
And there's usually some baggage that you get to work through together. There's usually a lot of fear and worry surrounding this topic, so I find it as an awesome opportunity to minister to people, encourage people, and insert my faith into the equation, when it's appropriate, or just live that out in with the people we serve. So,
would you say that PBA, being a Christian college, kind of helped you prepare for this more personal role where you get to actually minister to people in a way that's helping them financially?
Definitely. I feel that, the book smart side of things, or the technical side of financial planning, is totally something you can learn by just putting in the effort and work. But the relational communication and really I will say the touchy-feely side of working with people, that's where PBA played a huge role. I was involved in res life, which weird enough got me out of my shell and put me in uncomfortable situations. So even things like that, I think prepared me for my job today.
Yeah. What's some advice that you could give to students, wanting to do a career in finance or become a CFP?
Yeah, I would say, I'm trying to think of myself in those shoes, and I would encourage you to realize that nobody has it figured out. Even if even if it looks like someone does, they don't. Everybody's just figuring out as they go. I think the most important moments that led me here to what I feel like is my calling is the relationships I built. So I had a mentor and when I was at PBA that the School of Business, the Rinker School of Business, paired me with. He was a financial planner and a pastor. He was bivocational.
Oh, wow.
And that experience was amazing. And it took some action to get there. So if you think of somebody that looks like someone you'd like to get to know as a mentor, just be brave and reach out. All the worst thing they can say is no. And
Right.
it's okay. And you'll be surprised. So, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is some advice that you could give students just about, finding their faith in college, getting out of their shell, and just walking into like the world as a Christian and not being afraid of spreading the gospel?
Yeah, I think there's a journey towards getting to this point, and I'm still on that journey, but there's an intersection between what the world needs and the specific calling maybe God or specific passion God's put in your heart. And finding that intersection is kind of a goal for me, and I'm totally getting closer, or I might be there. And when you get to that point where you feel like you're doing what you're passionate about, what God's created you to do, and you're fulfilling or serving a need that people have, that's where you can just really lock in. And I think a lot of boldness comes out in terms of, I'm made to do this. God made me to do this. And it's amazing what kind of conversations come about in regards to your faith. Yeah. It's a little more natural when you're in that environment that you're made to be in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about work-life balance, because that is a big topic today. There's two extremes, Some people, they're like, I don't want to work, I want to stay home, and that's totally fine. And then some people, especially in the finance world, it's like, I'm working 80 hours a week for these 10 years so I can have it made. So how do you find a balance in that? And not saying hard work is bad, hard work, we were made to work. So how do you just find a balance in putting in that hard work, but also having time to do things you love, start a family, be with God?
Yeah, over the past 5 to 7 years since I graduated, actually longer than that, I've been in both environments. So I've been in the environment where, you're celebrated when you respond to email late at night or early in the morning, kind of that 80-hour crazy work week environment. And then I also have been in maybe a little bit of a more reasonable environment where everybody has a family, there's responsibilities on the outside. So I had to go find that environment. So I think naturally I just found myself in the work as much as you can and you get rewarded for that. I still believe in doing things with excellence, but creating those bright lines and boundaries between work and life takes some intentional action. It also takes some trial and error on who you're working with. So the team I'm with now is very, very good about keeping that balance because we all have similar values there.
Yeah. So let's move on to maybe some experience that a college student could have. What type of internships or part-time jobs would you recommend for them to kind of test out maybe a career in finance or see if they wanted to be an advisor or a planner?
Yeah, I think about financial advisor means so many different things. You're going to have the insurance-focused person that calls himself a financial advisor, and then you're also going to have maybe more of a financial planner or planning focused financial advisor. So I would recommend finding somebody with the CFP designation. There's a Christian-based designation called Certified Kingdom Advisor. You could find somebody with that, beside their name. That means that they're doing this from a biblical worldview. And I would also try the different avenues. So for me, I landed in the independent financial advising space, which is We're not tied to any big insurance company. We're just giving financial advice for a fee. And I felt like that's kind of where I've landed, and it's become my favorite spot. So try multiple avenues. As you try, you're going to learn the way that you want to do this job in financial planning. So there's several definitions. I would try one of each if you could. And again, nobody's necessarily, or not everybody's looking for an intern, but if you just ask, you'll be surprised about what opportunities may come about.
Yeah. Okay. Last question. What is a good piece of advice that you got maybe from your mentor in undergrad that really steered you in the right direction career-wise?
Yeah, I think this is something that I've seen play out is I was always really focused on my resume. Mm-hmm. At PBA, they helped me build a resume, which is awesome. But what's more important, or what I found is more valuable than all the accolades you can throw on a resume, is your character, is authentic relationships with people. And I think those can bring you further in some ways, or make you stand out more than the awesome accomplishments on a resume. So I feel like focusing while you're at PBA or in your college years on building strong character and going after those relationships that you want to build are just as valuable as your stack of bullet points on your resume.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the interview today and just taking the time. I think that the students will really benefit from it and learn a lot. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.